Hello and welcome to another biased album review. Last week we looked at the album that Devin Townsend put out the end of 2014, and now it's time to look at the album he put out at the beginning of 2014. This album is called Casualties of Cool. It features Che Amy on vocals and some other musicians on instruments that I can't remember the names of. This album is quite different than what Devin usually does. Normally he does like these pop rock or metal kind of things, but this one is like a country blues dark ambient. It's very weird, it's very experimental. But the end result was not so far out of the way that you're like, wow, I didn't expect any of this. It's still experimental, but it's still Devin. He has this almost trademark sound that if you listen to him, he kind of has, and then even in the really weird stuff that he does like this, it's not much of a surprise. Now, if you first pick up Devin by listening to Casualties of Cool, you might think, what the hell is this? This is almost bad, depending on which track you listen to. I'll get into that in a second. But fans, much like myself, we opened our hearts to the album, I should say. At least I love it. A couple of my friends that I know, they love it. So, general consensus is that it's loved. Depending on which song you pick from the Casualties of Cool, you might raise an eyebrow, like I said earlier, because it's quite a diverse album. Some of it features a more diverse sound, where it features more on country and the blues aspect, but there's still a lot of ambient parts as well. Notable tracks on this album, or at least the ones that I like the most, are The Field, Fight, or is it Flight? One of them is an alternate take on the second album, Mountaintop and The Bridge. I think those are, and with the exception of The Bridge, are definitely the more melodic ones. There's a couple more melodic ones that I left out, but those are just the ones that really stand out to me personally. Che Amy, her voice is just absolutely beautiful. She has worked with Devin in the past on his album Key, but she wasn't as featured as she is in this album. This album, she actually takes over most of the vocal work. Devin does some of it, but most of it is Che Amy. There is a song on the album that Devin has said he's worked like 20-something years on, or 20 years, some obscene long time for writing a song. I don't know which one that is though. I think it's The Bridge because it sounds big and epic. I don't know, could be wrong. All in all, I think the album is definitely worth checking out. I wouldn't really recommend it while driving. I actually put it on for my dad while he was driving, and he like almost fell asleep. That was a little dangerous. It's very soothing. It's very relaxing. Keep these mouths from longing. Keep these walls from falling. I would recommend checking it out if you want like a kind of a soothing, relaxing ambient album that's not too busy or loud or heavy or whatever. I'm not sure if I can rate this because, like I said, it depends on if you like Devin or not. Out of all of his work, this is one of the albums where I can see why someone would dislike it. Again, check it out. I think it's really decent. All in all, can't rate it. You should check it out, make your own opinion for this. Again, I love it. That's why it's on this series in the first place. Alright, if you liked it, click like. If you didn't like it, click dislike, I guess. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to you for a little bit, maybe. Subscribe if you want. That would be real cool. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.
Me, I'm in the back.